I'm going to paint this bowling alley using only neon paints. This bowling alley is in Southport, Manitoba, Canada. The reason they requested neon paint is because this is a glow bowling alley. Glow bowling is when you turn off all the lights in the bowling alley and use black lights to make the pins and the balls glow. And now not only will the pins and the balls glow, but the walls will glow. So don't confuse neon paint with glow-in-the-dark paint. Neon paint only works when you have a black light to activate the glow. So that's why in this case using neon paints is the best choice, because they already have black lights going on and they're actually going to install more shining directly on the painting in order to make the wall glow even more. Glow-in-the-dark paint wouldn't actually work in this case because it actually needs UV light in order to activate it, and then it only glows for a limited amount of time. And this wall, being in a dark glow bowling alley, will never see the light of day. And by now you might be thinking, wow, Rachel, why are you painting such random things in a glow bowling alley? And well, let me tell you, Southport Bowling Alley is actually located in the Central Plains Recreational Center. The rec center has a pickleball court, a climbing wall, a basketball court, a canteen, and of course a bowling alley. But Southport is also home to an aviation and aerospace training facility, which is where military pilot training happens. And that's why I painted helicopters and airplanes and that military groundhog. And now what you've all been waiting for, I turned off the lights and turned on the black lights so that you can see this thing glow. And I don't know if my camera does it justice, but it sure looks cool in real life. In this mural, I included some local Manitoba wildlife like a bison, a goose, this polar bear wearing aviator sunglasses, and of course the groundhog that I mentioned before, because Southport also has a lot of groundhogs. Thank you so much for watching my video. Today I painted this little feature wall. Now if you're thinking, Rachel, this wall's too small for a mural, well guess what? I'm going to show you that it's not. Sometimes the little murals are the best ones. And I mean, what were you going to put on this wall anyways? The house I'm painting this in is by a lake in the middle of cottage country, and it is beautiful around there. The scenery is stunning, and the homeowner thought he'd wanted a little bit of that scenery brought inside. So I actually just took my inspiration from looking out the window that was nearby. But because it's winter, I just switched the season over to summer. I gave this mural a watercolor effect. That way I was able to soften it when I came to the rounded edge instead of giving it a hard cut-off line. Also, using this effect I find gives the mural a lot of depth, so it's great to use in small spaces because then it makes the mural look even bigger than it is. This, for example, was a tiny little wall, and now it's an entire path leading into a forest. Anyways, here it is, all done. I always love the challenge of a small wall to see how big I can make it look. And I love the way this one turned out. It's perfect for this space, and it matches seamlessly with the surrounding landscape outside the home, so that's perfect. And the homeowner totally loved it, so that's a bonus. Thank you so much for watching my video. I really appreciate it. Today is my birthday, and I thought I'd show you something that I painted. Obviously, you can tell it's a garage door, but the client requested a wolf. So I painted the background, and then I started freehand sketching the wolf, and then all of a sudden, it started to rain. After the rain finished, I went back to painting. Thankfully, nothing had washed off the wall, and I was able to salvage the rest of the mural. I didn't get to add a teddy bear into this one, but I did get to add a butterfly, and I think that's just as good because I also love painting butterflies. And here it is, all done. This took about 6 hours to paint total. And that's even with the rain break. But that's because this isn't a huge garage door. It's obviously only a single car. But I do think everyone should get their garage door painted, because not only are the homeowners going to enjoy this, but also look at the view from the street. I mean, it is so cool driving up this driveway and seeing this at the end of the driveway. Completely changed the vibe of the whole house and yard. And I also love adding a background pop of color in like that blue and purple. Again, here it is from the street view. Like I said, changed the whole yard. And as you guys already know, I'm a freehand artist, so I just got here and started painting, and whatever happened, happened. But I'm really happy the way this one turned out, and the homeowners absolutely loved it. Thanks so much for watching my video. I took some time off over Christmas, but I'm back to paint this basement wall. The client requested a road leading off into a sunset and his favorite motorcycle. I wanted to use a lot of color in this piece to brighten up the basement. Also, because this mural is in the center of a long wall, I wanted to use a fade on all of the edges so that the mural didn't come to an abrupt stop and then look kind of silly in the middle of the wall. So that's why I added in the cloud work, and then I did some blending on the edges. You'll see that in the end. I forgot to film the sketching of the bike, but here I am going in with all the detailing. And obviously, because this is the main focus of the mural, I spent a lot of time on all those details. I wanted this bike to look just like his as best I could. And here it is all done. I really love the way this one turned out, and actually I think it would have looked awesome with or without the bike, to be honest. This basement is still under reno, so you can see the floor still needs to be done, but I'm sure once it's all together, it'll add so much more. You can see the pool table there in the corner, and on the other side there's actually an arcade game. So with both of those things and this mural, I think this is the ultimate place to hang out. Okay, so now to answer a couple questions. This is painted with interior house paint. I am a brush artist, not a spray artist. Also, yes, this is freehand. I am self-taught and I'm from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Thank you so much for watching my video. I really appreciate it.